So let's get started with market design. The thing about the entire market thickness, so market thickness is like level of adoption of the market. The thing about insurance, especially DeFi insurance, is that it's very related to the adoption of DeFi in general. So first you have adoption of crypto, and then you have adoption of DeFi, and then you have adoption of insurance in DeFi. Because insurance, it doesn't make sense to have insurance without the market itself, right? So the market is DeFi. So if we look at, this is a graph by DeFi Pulse, and in the past 90 days, 3 months, you can see a steady increase in the market adoption of DeFi. And if you look at the 1 year chart or a chart for 3 years, you can see that there's a steady increase in the market adoption of DeFi, which is a good thing. And the thing is, Nexus Mutual scales together as the entire DeFi market scales. So it's very dependent on the DeFi adoption, the DeFi market adoption. The reason why we're hearing about DeFi, or the reason why we're hearing so much about Nexus today, is that the DeFi market is maturing a little bit more every day. I mean, it's still quite immature, but it's maturing a little bit more every day. And as it continuously matures, as we have new participants coming in, as we have different types of risk-averse participants coming in, they're also demanding insurance. So it's almost like you could see that the rise of DeFi market very correlated to the rise of demand for insurance and the demand for Nexus Mutual, hence the demand for the Nexus Mutual's token. So that's in general how you get thickness of the market. It's like a chicken and egg thing, right? If you don't have the market maturity or market adoption for DeFi, then Nexus Mutual is going to be very difficult to scale Nexus Mutual, or it's very difficult to reach market thickness because it's really dependent on the market size of DeFi. And when we look at creating market thickness, how do we increase the participants or increase the network of users in the system? We look at a few ways. So the first one is a B2B market way. So B2B market is where, Nexus Mutual provides insurance, and sometimes this insurance is not enough to provide insurance just for users, but other protocols could also tap into this thing. So currently we have there are two systems that kind of like white label Nexus Mutual's insurance to be reselling it in a different way to its users or to its network. So the first one is yinsure. So if you heard of YFI or Yearn platform, it's a really great platform. It looks at a lot of different products and trying to allow mass adoption in a very seamless manner. So if I don't want to be actively trading, but I still want to get the different returns that is available in the market, then I can go into the Yearn platform and look at the different systems in place and place my money there. So that's in general, the Yearn thing. And that's not enough. They also want to look at insurance because yes, I give you exposure to all these different returns in the market, very good, but I also want to protect you from the risk. So that's where yinsure comes in. What yinsure does is that it takes the insurance cover that's provided by NXM, by Nexus Mutual, and then it turns it into an NFT. They white label this insurance and then sells it in its ecosystem so that you, as a person as a user of the Yearn platform, I can purchase the Y insurance coverage. So, sounds confusing. The way to break it down is, how insurance is, in general, insurance are provided by big companies, right? So let's say I'm an insurance company and I'm going to provide travel insurance. In general, this is the travel insurance I'm going to provide. Now, what some smaller insurance companies, what they do is that they will purchase insurance, the general insurance from me, and then they will, either customize it a bit or change some aspect and then resell it to other people. That's a very specialized niche. So in general, that's kind of what it does, because the insurance that's provided by yinsure, it's only very specific coverage for the Yearn platform. So that's the difference. Or that's more like the similarity. So NXM is like the big boss that provides insurance, And then these other companies can purchase the insurance cover from Nexus Mutual, and then they repackage it to customize it to their platform and provide that insurance to people in their ecosystem. So that's in general how the yinsure works. Then you have a different type of insurance. It's called cover protocol. Anyway, all these things that I'm talking about, it's not insurance, it's not investment advice, and do your own research before you use them. That's all I'm going to say. So there's one called cover protocol. They are trying to do a peer-to-peer coverage market. They also white label the insurance models or the insurance cover that's provided by Nexus Mutual, and they resell it to the market. So that's the cover protocol. It used to be called Safe, and they rename it to be called Cover. And you can check them out, Google them, and you can learn a bit more about what they do. Then the other method of B2B market. So B2B market is how do you scale, right? How do you scale the users of NXM or the users of Nexus Mutual? So those are more of the white label mechanism, like B2B stuff. There's another type called shield mining, which just started, and that's why it took a little bit longer time to create this video, because I was doing a bit of research in that. What shield mining does is that other than getting NXM tokens in returns, you also get a native token from a different protocol. So if I'm covering for Lisa protocol, then, or if there's a Lisa protocol that is available, then as a risk assessor, I will stake my NXM, and if nothing happens, then I will get NXM back, and I get Lisa tokens back. And these Lisa tokens are provided by the Lisa protocol. So that's something that just started, and there's one system in place right now, or one protocol in place, and I think soon they will scale to quite big. So that's one of a B2B market thickness kind of design or mechanism. And what about B2C? So the B2C is how do you increase the different users by having them participate in the various roles. So remember, there are 4 functions of using NXM token. You have the member being to buy cover, then you can be a risk assessor, you can be a claims assessor, and you can participate in governance. So for all these different roles, you've got participants in there. That's how they participate in the roles. So the first one is the user or the member. They'll be purchasing covers. And then you have the risk assessor, you have the claims assessor, and then you have people who want to participate in all these governance votes. So these are 4 different B2C kind of participant roles. And there are ways to increase their participation. With users or members, you want them to be purchasing more insurance covers. And as DeFi continues to grow, as new people are coming into the system, that's how you have new users as well. For risk assessor, for claims assessors, as you have more protocols in place, then you have more of these risk assessors to be assessing the different smart contract risks. And then for governance as well, there's a lot of improvement proposals out there. So that's where the governance role will kick in, and people be voting. It's like a time-weighted or stake-weighted vote. And that's how you increase participation from a B2C level. So a more like a peer-to-peer level.